you're in for a real treat. A very, very good friend of mine said, like, I've got a client over, Joe, that you're going to love. And I went, okay, who is this? And she said to me, this is a psychic healer called Jusstine Kenzer, who is based in Hollywood, has had 20 years of experience and is over for a fleeting visit here in London. And she can pop in and see you, but these are the times. And it seemed like there was only a half-hour window in Justine's diary, basically. Somehow we managed to sort it out. So pull your chair up nice and close, get ready by the phone, because we will take some calls, but we can't take loads, okay? And listen as I introduce you to Jusstine Kenzer. Jusstine, welcome to The Late Show.
Thank you.
You brought on fantastic energy into this studio, actually, with you. And I think, I should imagine you base an awful lot on energy, and I certainly do as a presenter. That's what I consider to be a sort of aura around somebody, just from the selfish point of view. I've got to interview them, and sometimes there's just nothing happening. Do you see auras? Do you see that sort of thing or not?
I don't think, I don't walk around looking at people and their stuff or their auras. I learned very early on how to turn it on and off. And thank gosh I did, because I don't think life would be very fun. And I've got plenty of my own stuff going on that I couldn't, I'm not walking around trying to read everyone all the time. But I think there's just a natural part of reading energy that comes with what you do after you've been doing it for 20 years.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
You have worked, and I don't want to compromise you. I mean, your name, since you've been here, you've been linked to Cheryl Cole, and I know that is a compromise, and I did promise I wouldn't talk about it, but you have loads of A-list celebrities that you work alongside.
I do.
Do they come to you, and this is an awful thing to say, as the bottom line, when their friends can't help, when their mum can't help, no one can help, I will ring Jusstine. Is that what it's about?
I think that they're just like everyone else. And so if they are seeking answers or healing, they come for answers and healing just as anyone else out there would. So, I mean, obviously living in Hollywood and dealing with people with egos and, their kind of luxury problems, it gets to be interesting with the things that it's just like they have more luxury problems that you're helping them solve.
Do you know, that must be, because the sort of problems you're going to get tonight, because I am opening the phone lines, by the way, but we haven't got Jusstine for that long. So if you would like her to talk to you over the phone, you can phone us on 020 722 42000, because I have no idea how this works. I would love to hear her chat to any of you listening at the moment who just want to dip your toe in and have a chat with her. I would imagine, and I don't know how you do this, when you're working with Hollywood people, as you say, who are hugely wealthy with great big egos, doesn't part of you just think, oh, heaven's sake, you have what you need to do is rough it a bit and find out how the other half live? You can't say that, can you?
Well, I have no problem telling people exactly what I get or see for them, because unfortunately it's not my job to make people like me. And a lot of times people don't like me. In the beginning, I became obsessed with helping people get what they want in their life. So that's my job. So I have witnessed, billionaires freak out over not getting something that they want, and I've had no issue being like, hello, you're like a child who's not getting what you want in this situation. So, I just do my job for everyone the same way. And, but a lot of times what happens is celebrities will call me and change their name, and I have no idea that I'm dealing with a celebrity. So that happens a lot. So,
and when you, because I'm very interested, you say specifically you do not do readings through email. The fact that you do them over the phone must be testing for you, isn't it? Isn't it far better to be able to look into someone's eyes?
No, there's no time or space. So whether someone's sitting right in front of me in Los Angeles or they're across the world in another country, as long as they give me permission to look at them, there's no issue. And the only reason I started by email 20 years ago, and it just became too much, and it's a lot to do, all that typing, and so I really just turned it into in-person and phone. But there's no time or space, so it doesn't matter where people are.
Why are you in London? I heard that you do psychic cocktail parties. Is that right?
I just had an amazing party last night at the Century Club, and it was so over and above anything I ever imagined. We put it together in 3 days, and it was just amazing. They want to do another one, and they're just, the owners of that club are so beautiful. Just their energy is so amazing. Talk about amazing energy. And so we'll be doing another one.
And what happens at a psychic cocktail party then? Do you sit on a stage, or do you mingle? How does it work?
Well, the first hour is just a cocktail party where people can come and mingle and relax and have a drink. And then I go into doing like a live Q&A where just in a public forum, people get to ask questions. And then in the later part of the evening, I walk everyone together through a group healing. My big thing that I've really found is anyone can give you answers, but it's really when we release our unconscious beliefs or the energies that we're holding on to that are blocking or stopping us, that's what really changes our life. And I've just walked thousands of people through this healing process I created, and had this desire to do it in big groups, and I've started doing that. And last night was just amazing. It was beyond anything I could ever imagine.
And were the people invited? Were they? I mean, because there are always skeptics. There'll be skeptics listening to us now, actually saying, "I don't believe this. I don't. We sort things out for ourselves. We don't need help. There is nobody that from one random phone call is going to be able to help my life." Can you sense when people are trying to block?
Well, I'm a big believer in searching for proof and evidence. So I actually think that's great when people are skeptical. You should be. Just because someone says something doesn't mean you should believe it. So, the people invited last night were members of the club, people on my mailing list, and press people. So even there, that wasn't an audience that had a lot of skeptics in it. But even I don't have an issue with skeptics because I'm not out to try to change anyone's mind. There are plenty of people that are truly searching for the truth and healing that are out there coming to me that, what a battle. Whatever you put your energy into expands, right? So if you want to find that this isn't real, you'll find that,
So for anyone sitting at home at the moment, thinking, maybe I'd like to talk to Jusstine, what sort of issues are you familiar with? What are the sort of things people might want to chat to you about?
Well, it's really anything. I'm known as the queen of specifics. So people every day ask questions about relationships, about work situations. You can say someone's name and ask anything you want to know about them. I'm not in other people's minds. So it really is seek and you shall find. Think of it as having a target or a goal. You have to have a question. You take one step and your guides and teachers take 10 to answer that. And that's how it works.
So if you want to try it out, you can phone us on 020 722 42000. It could be maybe, I know that we have quite a few listeners during this recession who have been downsized, made redundant. We have people with huge heartache because I talk to you after midnight when we get close up and personal. So it may be a relationship problem. Whatever. If you want to have a chat, and as I say, we've only got her tonight, so make the most of it, although I will give you all the website numbers and everything else if you don't get to speak to her tonight, but you have to be quick. 020 722 42000. Right, let's kick off. We've got Janet in Barnet on the line. Hello, Janet.
Hello.
Right, I've put you through to Jusstine. I'm going to take a back seat. It's over to you.
Okay.
Hi, Janet. What's your question?
Hiya. Well, I'm at a bit of a crossroads, and I just wanted to know, I really feel the urge to resign from my job.
Okay.
And I just want to know if you can gauge whether it's a good idea or not.
I see a lot of energy around February for you, and I don't see right now, it's like you're almost there, but you're not. It actually looks like it would be something that would hurt you. You're kind of jumping the gun. So, whatever is coming up to be healed. And when we run from it, we're just going to go create the same situation in another place. So your guides really want you to look at what is it that you're running from? What's the situation? And how can you heal it before you go into another environment and create it again? And when I look at you, I just see there's some limiting beliefs or unconscious beliefs and energies that stem from your mom. It's really normal for us to be conditioned by who raised us. And so I'm just going in here and doing a little energetic separation here so you can create totally from your own energy. But I get more about creating a way to move into February. That's what I'm getting for you.
Okay, that's brilliant.
All right. Well, good luck.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
It's very interesting watching you. Sorry. Because I'm new. For once, I'm shutting up, dear listener. So, because you came in with this fantastic beaming smile, pure California, health and smile and everything else. As you were talking to Janet there, you are so focused that there's no smile at all. You're just looking into yourself. You know, you weren't looking at
I'm
me.
not looking into me, but I'm looking at
into
her energy.
Focus. But do you know what I mean? A total focus that's not out looking at me or anything else. That was very interesting.
Wow.
Yes, very interesting. Okay, right. 020-722-4200 if you'd like to talk to Jusstine. Sarah is on the line in Camden. Hello, Sarah.
Hi there.
Hi, Sarah. What's your question?
Okay, well, I had a plan, and I wanted to check with you to make sure it's the right plan.
Okay.
And my plan was to go for the money, build up my capital, and then go for happiness and do what I want to do. So I'm wondering, is that the right order, or should I just can that and do what I want to do?
Well, I get there's a lot of energy where you're in your mind. And whenever we go into our mind trying to figure something out, it kind of gets us stuck. And
Right.
so even when you talked about that, there just was like this spin around your question where, you know, you're lacking, I'm not in any way insulting you here, but it's just like you're not coming from this place of certainty. You're coming from this place of like, no. It's just all this energy around it. So why don't you ask the question with a few more specifics in it so I can really help you to get an answer? Like, what are you really trying or wanting to do that I can answer for you?
Okay, so I'm thinking that I want to build up enough money so that I can move to an area and have a home and have a family and do all the things that we all want to do. But really, I don't have the dosh to do it at the moment. So I'm thinking that I should wait a couple of years and just build up. But I'm watching people around me that are doing it all the time. So I'm thinking...
Well, it just as you talk, I see this energy that you're holding on to in your heart. And, you know, everything happening on the outside of us is about what's happening on the inside of us and our relationship with ourselves. So you want to go after finding what energy am I holding on to that's stopping me from having what I want right now. So I get, yes, have this goal, have this dream, but there's something that you're missing here in this process. And it's not about looking at other people. It's about looking at you. I see some of your dad's energy here, so I'm just going to separate you from that. And I see you writing is a really important thing. I don't know if you do that for a living, but your guides are showing me writing being a really important part as far as you being able to bringing this into your life. So this really has to do with your beliefs versus, you know, if I save up all this money and go move here at this time, then it's going to happen. It's not. It's about you're holding on to some beliefs that are stopping you from creating this right now. And I don't actually see you moving. I see what you're looking for is where you are right now. So you don't want to run from that. You want to find it where you are right here.
That's wonderful. Thank you.
All right.
When you say that's wonderful, Sarah, I mean, I have to ask you this. Is there anything there you would act on?
Well, it's just that it's as though I've just been given a permission slip
Yes.
to go ahead and just, you know, react to what's around me at the moment rather than continually pursue.
And I have to tell you, the who that you're looking for is also around you here. So you just need to go after on your own little spiritual path here, finding a way to, you know, and if we had more time, unfortunately, these are like little 1 and 2 minute readings, but, you know, it's just releasing this energy within you and you can have it all right here.
That's great.
So,
Sarah, good luck to you, and thank you very much for calling. Just reading about you, they say that one reading with you is like 20 years of therapy. Basically. But what you do, which seems to be different from therapy, is not sort of trawling through the past and the back and the history and all the luggage and everything else. It's actually releasing what is there in the future, what you're capable of, but we all say no, we're too scared or we're frightened of change and all this sort of thing, aren't we?
well, it's actually releasing the past. And again, whenever we go looking for this why, it gets us in trouble because it's energy. We're not living on a planet that's A plus B equals C. We're living in this insane asylum of the universe. And it's really just about finding these energies and blocks that we don't even realize that we have. And that's what I found. Anyone can give you answers, but the real change comes in letting go of all this old stuff we've been holding on to.
Does it, I mean, very interesting with both those callers there, the whole fight, and I said this because, you know, we very much in this city are bruised from a recession, which is actually, the reverberations are still happening. But it seems a lot of the problems are financially bound, restricted through finance, you know, and it's that fear of if at least I've got an income, or at least to make a great big change and lose that in this present climate. Do you think that's why people block an awful lot of thoughts of change?
No, I just think that people are very easily influenced by others and by the media. And so there kind of becomes this collective consciousness of, oh my gosh, there's problems and situations happening out there. And it really, it's however you want to create it. I mean, I'm in the most prosperous time in my life through the healing that I've done. And it's not to me just because I think people want answers and they're coming to me. It's like the work that I've done to go create and manifest in my life, and anyone else can have that. And that's what I'm obsessed with, is giving that to other people, that you don't have to just believe in what's happening out there to everyone else. It's just like, as you heal yourself and let go, you become limitless, and it doesn't matter about what's happening with the recession. You can make it work for you.
020 722 4000 if you'd like to speak to Jusstine. Let's go to Lisa, who's on the line in Twickenham. Hello, Lisa.
Hi,
Hello.
Lisa.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, what's your question?
Well, I'm about to embark on a completely new career path, and it involves going back to university for 3 years.
Okay.
And I guess I find out my grades the 12th of August, and so it's a conditional entry. I guess I'm wondering if that's the right path for me.
I do see you going back to school, and if you're wondering if you're passing or not, I get yes. I also get, are you in a relationship right now?
No.
Okay. There's a lot of energy around you to get pregnant right now. So just be careful. If you don't want to create that right now, you want to be safe. So just getting that from the beginning there. And it's your body. You get to do whatever you want with it, I get that. But I do see you going to school, and I get that you're going to pass your test. So it looks like a green light.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
All right.
That was I just loved her uttering, oh my God. Wow. Where did all this start with you?
Well, it was the last thing in the world I wanted to do with my life, and I would not wish it upon anyone. But I grew up, my dad was very intuitive, and he never sat me down and said, you're going to be psychic. But while their kids were getting read bedtime stories, I was getting tested psychically about my father's day and taught crazy things like programming your subconscious mind. But I really resisted it. He just wanted me to get a good sales job. I wanted to be a fashion designer. But anyway, I found my way to this totally by resisting it. Even when I started developing and studying it, I resisted it for about 8 years. And then, it's kind of one of these things, I think, that the universe picked this for me, or I picked it before I even got here. And now, after 20 years, it's an amazing thing, but it's definitely not been such an easy path getting here.
Do you meet politicians in your work?
I definitely have. I don't necessarily... But yes, I give them readings if that's what you're asking. I mean, once I was on the phone with someone and my mouth was just on the floor because this person was asking me if they should take the position of the next presidential cabinet or not. And then someone else was like the wife of some foreign diplomat that was getting pardoned on the way out of someone leaving presidency. I mean, it's crazy, big worldly stuff where you're like, okay, I'm giving an answer to some big, huge thing.
And then, I mean, this is intriguing because are you grateful? I'm not asking you to name any of these people. I wouldn't, because I'm so pleased you're here. But do you then follow it through? Do you then sit and watch a news bulletin and go, actually, that is not what I'd said? Or do you?
Oh, about stories.
Yeah, about stories,
well,
especially with celebrities.
With celebrities, yeah. And I was going to say the politician thing, I have got emails from people like years later saying, I went this way and not that way because of a reading you gave me. But do I follow the stories? I mean, of course, if somebody has asked me to predict something and I've gone along and done that and it's ended up in the press, yes, I would follow that. And, and then recently there's been some stuff in the press that I'm watching. I'm watching this London press kind of go to town and go crazy over. Yes. And I've just been really blessed that I'm being given an opportunity to clean it up in my own words in a big magazine. So I'm excited about being given an opportunity to do that.
Yes.
So
are you, I know that Americans are absolutely mystified by our paparazzi.
Yeah.
Because you have nothing like it, do you, back there? You have the National Enquirer, I suppose, but that's it.
I mean, I witnessed a little bit of it for the first time a couple months ago, and wow, it is this vacuumous energy suck.
Well, the name that you're associated with is huge at the moment. I mean, absolutely huge. And that's what's, I say only because when I've been in America, they say your tabloids are something else, that they just go for blood. Literally, it's wow. I know. So, but you're sussed, so you'll be all right. Okay, could you stay a little bit longer?
Of course.
We're going to go to the news, and then we'll go to Eva. And do you know what I'm finding really interesting here? It's all women. So yes,
but there were men that showed up to the party last night. I was blown away with the game going on. And I had a client yesterday, a guy who was he asked me to give him who was going to win the game. And I was telling him, this is, you're creating, getting your own answer. I'm looking at for you, not for me. And I was right. But I hate doing stuff like that. But it was...
football stuff?
Football.
Spain.
Asked me to pick the winner.
Did you?
I did.
There you go.
But, yeah.
Right. We haven't got it for much longer, so be quick. And if you don't get on tonight, then we will give you the website and all the ways. She's going to come back for another... psychic cocktail party, but whether you'll get an invite, we don't know. But we will give you her website after we've taken a couple more calls. 020 722 4200, 11:30, time for the news.
BBC London 94.9.
You can text us anytime on our new easy number
81333.
Just start your message with the word London.
81333.
Your standard network charges apply.
Just start your message with the word London.
81333. BBC London 94.9.
Gosh, just chatting all the way through. This is one of the quickest half hours I have ever had. We're here with PsychicGirl, and that is a psychic healer, Jusstine Kenzer, who's over from Hollywood. She's only over for a couple more days. But did you say you are going to stay, or you're going to come back again quite soon?
I am being talked into staying. I mean, look, I brought the LA weather with me here, and it's like London weather in Los Angeles. And I even was supposed to go to New York, but I am having so much fun. It's my first time here, and so I'm going to stay a little longer.
Isn't it a beautiful city? It's beautiful, isn't it?
Everything I thought it would be and more.
And Wimbledon, it didn't rain. I mean, this is London is beautiful, but at the moment, this is just one of the most fantastic summers. The weather is perfect. So
I'm very lucky because I don't like the rain.
No, well, you'll head out. I tell you, come October, you'll be gone. Eva or Eva, is it in Chiswick? Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Thank you so much. I feel very privileged that you've taken my call.
Aw. Well, what's your question?
My question is this, Justine. I have some quite serious physical debilitations at the moment.
Okay.
For which I've had all sorts of investigations, and the doctors can't find any pathology.
Right.
I'm pursuing a course of psychotherapy, and people are telling me that my physical problems have to do probably with something in my past, which I have yet to discover and I have to deal with.
Okay. So
my gut feeling, it's got something to do with anger.
Well, I mean, all I can suggest to you is, who cares about trying to figure it out? Let's just heal you, right? So you can bet that when you go to your mind over and over again, that's what happens is people suppressed. A lot of times depression comes from people suppressing what they're feeling, and we just push it down, and that pushes against our organs and starts to create.
I feel very depressed as well.
Right. So so you would really benefit from having a session, and I'm not selling you here, but I mean, that's what I do is help people release these energies, and in a very short amount of time, help to create just, open you up of where you're so stuck here. And, do me a favor and send me an email as well, and I can connect you to a couple different things that I really love and that I have found that really help for people in healing actual physical pain or things like this when, doctors can't find the answer. And I think it is absolutely about using both Western and Eastern and finding what works for you.
Okay.
But, for you, I think you picked up a lot of stuff from your mom. I think there's a lot of stuff here. I just tell people we have such a hard time getting over issues from this lifetime. If we're even able to remember our past, we'd never really be able to move forward. So sometimes there's situations in past lives where we've done things and we know there's something wrong, but we, can't remember it. So, but it doesn't even matter about trying to figure out what it is. It's just about releasing it out of your body.
Letting go, yeah.
And it just looks like you beat yourself up a lot. So you're constantly in your head asking why, trying to find out what's wrong here and beating yourself up more and more and more.
Correct.
And we have to get you out of that pattern. So
Yes.
you need to start really, people think they're going to get what they want by being harder on themselves. And it's really through loving themselves that they're going to get what they desire.
That is
But
so true.
you have just created this web of all of this energy running into itself over and over again. And it's like being in a jail cell, or even if you were in this huge building.
Oh, you're so right.
So it's really about how do we just, start to take you out of all of this so you can start loving yourself toward releasing all this energy and getting better.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to separate you from your mom's energy and conditioning here and her, just there's this, women in your family line believed that life had to be hard. And if it wasn't, you weren't living. So you had to struggle. And that belief is no longer working for you. So that pain that you're experiencing is your spirit saying, hello, what is this? We want to let go of this. And it's coming up for you to heal it.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. Yeah, it's to do with my mother.
Yeah.
And I know I need to let go, and I don't know how.
Well, I don't think it's through going into your mind and analyzing it or talking to someone, and that just a lot of, it just spins it around. It doesn't get it out of your body. We have to get it out of your body.
So what do I do?
Well, I would find someone or try to connect with me while I'm here and we can work on it, or find some kind of alternative healing therapy that actually helps you to release it.
Okay. Where can I email you?
You can go to PsychicGirl.com and just email me at Justine@PsychicGirl.com. And like I just said, I will be staying a little bit longer in London, and I would, love to help you.
Okay.
Eva, thank you so much for calling, and thank you for being so honest with us as well. And Justine, there's something you said there. Oh, gosh, it hit a nerve, which is we think if we're hard on ourselves, it will get better. That whole thing about discipline yourself, and which goes into eating disorders and everything else, be hard on yourself, and in the end, you'll benefit because you've disciplined yourself. And it's absolutely the opposite, isn't it?
Yep, it is. And even that whole thing of discipline, if you're doing that because you're working toward a spiritual path of like disciplining yourself, we just have to find even the energy underneath that of why you can't be disciplined. And that's why the secret thing was so amazing. I don't know if it was as big over here as it was in America. It was so amazing in teaching people that destiny is not set in stone, but you can say affirmations till you're blue in the face. We have to find the energies underneath that are even creating why you're having such negative thoughts that you have to rearrange and go over and recreate and all of that.
I said it before the news. It's very interesting that all the callers are women. And the whole thing about, you've said to a lot of the women, you're hard on yourself. You do. Do you think women do? I'm not trying to, this is not, in no way am I trying to diss men.
Right.
But do you think that is a common theme that runs through a lot of women, that they expect an awful lot from themselves?
I think everyone is hard on themselves. I think that obviously women are more open to their intuition and feeling. And so that, I think just part of this whole women's thing is part of what I've created, in being able to connect with people. Not that I can't with men, but I think men and women both are very hard on themselves. It's just, where the women are calling in tonight.
Yeah, they are. And if you want to, it's 020 722 4200. Let's go to Joan, who's on the line in Wallington. Hello, Joan.
Hello, Joe. Hello, Justine.
Hello.
I'm very frustrated at the moment.
Okay.
For years and years and years, I've either had good healing and miraculously, been cured of things, or I've found my own answers also miraculously.
Okay.
And I've got the answer. But a couple of things are just really annoying me at the moment. They don't seem to be shifting. And one of them is my eye problem, and the other one is my breathing.
Okay.
And I just wonder why I'm not shifting them.
Yeah, because you're wondering why. When you keep looking for the why. And so, we have to take you out of that spin. And I think that you're very mental, and you're spending so much time in your mind. And it just looks like it's 24/7 for you. You are on this 24/7 and at yourself you are using this to beat yourself up. So you have to start that process we've been talking about, really about loving yourself toward finding this. And I think that you are someone who's had the ability, and your life is not over, so you have. I just see where you have not fully lived up, and we all do this, you've not fully lived up to all that you could be as far as using your mind. You just kind of turned things off to make it safe to relate in your world.
Oh, probably.
And so that is where the basis of this is.
I see. So I'm self-limiting.
Right. And we all do that. But you have especially focused on this and have very much, it looks like there's a past life here where you ended up mentally imbalanced, and this isn't for you to focus on and go crazy over that. It's like we have to release this energy that you're just creating the same pattern. And if you keep going as you're going right now, if you want, you'll create that again. So we have to get you out of the spin because you're very much in your mind, and our life is about balance. And people don't realize we have more than our physical body. We actually have 7. 1 is physical, 6 are spiritual, and it's about finding a balance. Also, people think they know themselves when, there's so much more to us. And so you have to find that balance, and you've just been hanging out in your mental body.
Is there anything I can actually do from day one?
When you go to sleep tonight, you need to wrap yourself up in the energy of love and approval. Just imagine wrapping yourself up in a big, pink, warm, furry blanket and sending that energy to yourself. And when you start going into that process in your mind of like, what's wrong with me? Start telling yourself, I love you. I approve of you. That's what's going to take you out of that spin.
Oh, that sounds good.
All right.
Thank you very much.
All right. I hope that helps.
Thank you, Joan. Thank you. Now we're going to have our last call because I'm afraid we've run out of time. And it's fitting that our last call will be from a bloke. And it's, is it, is that Julia or Julian? Julia. I'm so sorry, Julia. It's a girl. I'm so sorry. I thought it said Julian. So it's been all girls tonight. Julia, hello.
Hello.
Sorry, I thought it had Julian.
Did your parents think you were going to be a boy?
Actually, yes.
I saw that. So we just created this so you could let go of this energy. So what's your question?
Well, I'm happy in a relationship, but just wondering if there will be changes coming up. I've been single all my life. I've never sort of settled.
So give us the question. I'm sorry, without the backstory, just because I want to give you the most answer I can, and we're running out of time. So what's your question?
Just want to know if there's any changes happening with it.
So give me the initials of the person that you're in a relationship with.
RP.
Okay. And so just so you know, your guides and teachers, where this information is coming from, they want for you what you want for yourself. So if everything is going along swimmingly and you're just looking for when the shoe is, when there's going to be something bad that shows up here, it doesn't work that way. This is all about inspiring you and healing you. So the way you've asked the question, it's just very fluffy. I need you to get a little bit more specific because change is going to happen no matter what. So what do you really want to know about this person?
Well, I feel like he's a soulmate, but it may not be that way. So I just really needed to feel,
Well, it doesn't matter if he's your soulmate or not. Even if you come across your soulmate, that's a very difficult relationship. What you're looking for is mutuality, meaning what you want from this person. Does he want to give you, and vice versa? So what I get is he's here in this with you. I think he's got some resistance, and he's not having the easiest of time in his life right now. So his energy is focused on that. And I think sometimes you question if it's you or if it's that. So he has these things that are taking him outside of the relationship. He's not going anywhere, but you have to see, when we're in relationships with people, it's do what I want you to do and I'll love you. And if not, I won't. So people can feel when we're questioning or disapproving of them for not giving us what we want or acting how we want them to. And you want to start to send him that energy of love and approval, creating this very safe cocoon for him to open up and give you what you want. So he's kind of feeling energy and questions from you, and that's creating a bit of resistance as well. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
So his focus right now, it just seems that there's a lot of energy around his heart. He has fears about, just things that are happening outside of the relationship. So no, it's not you, it's that. And then anything you can do to help support him in that relationship with you of feeling safe will help you to get more of what you want and are looking for in this relationship.
Fantastic.
All right.
Julia, thank you. Thank you for that, and good luck. And I hate doing this, Justin. We have got a guy on from Graham in the City. Do you mind? This seems so awful to say to you. Can I just rush one more through? This is our final call, and it is Graham in the City. Hello, Graham. Thank you for calling.
Yeah, good evening. I thought I'd come on as I was the only guy.
Go on, you're through to Justine.
Yeah, hi, Justine. Yes, I'm really looking at. I've got a lot of people around me at the moment, but I'm really looking at, if there's that serious relationship about. I've been out of a serious relationship for about a year now, and I'm just seeing, there are people around me. If there's something there.
Okay, so give me the initials of the person you're wanting to move forward with.
Jay.
Okay. So, this person's energy is very back and forth right now. So, I mean, I wish I could tell you, like, yes, it looks so amazing, but this person is just like this push-pull. And, whatever's happening inside of us is what's happening on the outside. Like attracts like. So you have to go look for what's going on with you. It's like you don't know what you want. So you're attracting someone who doesn't know what they want. I wish I could tell you that there was a big happy bow wrapped around this, but this person is confused in their life right now.
Yeah, that's fair. That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely.
All right. Well, I wish you well.
Thanks very much.
All right. Happy healing.
Bye-bye, Graham. Bye-bye. Justine, for all those people, apologies if you didn't get on. I'm sorry about that. But the best thing to do is to have a look at your website,
Absolutely.
probably, which is PsychicGirl.com. And there's an email address on there, so they can get. And seriously, how much longer are you going to be in the country?
I don't know. So whoever, I'm playing it by ear after today.
Well, would you come back on? Is what I'm asking.
Oh, I would love to come back on.
If you do stay a bit longer, I'd love it if you'd come back on.
I would love to be on. I love doing. I had a show in America for a little bit, and I would love to do that.
Well,
so.
you certainly created a hell of a reaction in 20 minutes. Thank you. People I've never heard. Mel, my producer's nodding. People I've never heard of on this radio station before. You've got them out the woodwork, which is fantastic. And I feel cruel just chasing, shoving them through one by one after you. But
that's how it works.
And it does work because it takes a long time for listeners to trust a voice, and they've never heard your voice before. And so, yes, people are phoning up who have never phoned me before. So that's all down to you. You might have another psychic cocktail party, is that right?
Yeah, the best thing to do is go to my site, sign up on the mailing list, and I will let you know about all the cocktail and healing events that are happening. And also just shoot me an email if you're interested in a one-on-one reading, and I will do my best to get to as many Londoners as I can.
Jusstine Kenzer, thank you, and enjoy our beautiful city.
Thank you so much.